Hi, second graders. Here we go. Day 3 of our writing and science together. Mrs. B has been talking to you and teaching you about text features that we will be including in our bug report. And I'm going through the areas that we're going to be researching about our insect. How many of you have already got paper, pencil, and markers, crayons, or colored pencils ready for next week? I hope you do. How many of you have found a folder or a notebook or maybe a big envelope like I have? Make sure to have that ready on Monday. And then have you thought about any sources that you might have at home? Do any of you have any books on insects at home? Maybe you know a source online that's really good. And remember, Mrs. B is going to show you a really good source called PebbleGo that will help you research your insect. So I believe she's going to show you that on Monday. All right? And then, of course, as you recall, I have these cards that you can use. I can send you a picture of the front and the back. So you'll be able to use that as one of your sources too. If I have your insect. I have 36 insects in the box, so most likely your insect will be in here. All right, the last thing that we're going to research about our insect is description, body description. So we want to tell what it looks like. Some of the things you might include would be how many wings it has, how many legs, ears, eyes, the color of your insect, the size of your insect. So all those things that would help someone know what it looks like. Now, I'm going to show you some cards, but I'm going to do the descriptions on the back first. Oh, you all know what a fly looks like. I should find one that you might not know so much about. But let me read the description they wrote because I think it's really good. They wrote, adults are stocky winged insects with large eyes and bristly legs. Larvae, the baby stage, are soft, worm-like, pale maggots. So if your insect looks different in the baby stage, you'll have to describe that too. So of course there's your picture of a fly. I never really noticed red on them, do you? I guess because they're so small. This one, oops, did you already see firefly? Well, I just told it. Okay. This is a small flying insect with leathery wings. I don't think you would have guessed firefly for that. Do any of you call them lightning bugs? I used to call them lightning bugs when I was a kid. And they're so fun in the dark summer nights to see them lighting up. You have to be near a big field, though. You don't usually see them in the city, I don't think. Let's see if it says where they live. Habitat. Some live in moist places under debris on the ground. Others beneath bark and decaying vegetation. So it doesn't really say country, city, whatever, but it seems like most of the time we see them out in the fields of grass. Oh, over here it says, at dusk, as it's getting dark, right? During the summer, fireflies fly up from the grass and blink their green or yellow light organs to attract mates. Oh, so they're trying to get girlfriends and boyfriends doing that. All right, now I'm going to read the description of this one. See if you know what it is. Leaf-like in appearance. So that means it looks like a leaf, helping it hide from predators. Long antenna. Does anybody think they know what that is? If you guessed, Katie did. You were right. I doubt anybody knew it. Raise your hand if you knew that it was a katydid. I can't see your hand, but I believe you. This one you might know. Flying insect with long, thin body and 2 sets of clear, veined wings, large eyes and long legs. Let's read some other things about it to help you guess. Oh no, did you see on the other side it said the name of it? They live near ponds and slow streams. Okay, I'm not going to show you the other side because it has the name of it, but I'll give you some hints. They are some of the loveliest insects, especially when they're flying. They have 4 wings that move independently. That means they don't all move the same direction at the same time. That helps them be able to fly forward and backward. They have long legs, but they are not suitable for walking. They are used to hold insects captured in flight. Interesting. Their long legs, that's what they use their long legs for. And these also feed on insects while in the water when they're babies, and when they're adults, they eat lots of mosquitoes. So they are our favorites, aren't they? Because they get rid of the mosquitoes. Are you ready for the answer? Drum roll, please. Dragonflies! Yay, dragonflies! Eat all those Minnesota mosquitoes for us, right? Okay, so you are going to write a paragraph about the habitat of your insect, the diet of your insect, and the description. I have my big envelope here that my report is in, and I would like to show you my notes about description. So here we have it. Short projections, both wings. So in the book that I read, it said there are short projections on both wings, but I just wrote the main words, right? And that's what you're going to do when you do your notes. Top side, purplish black with bright yellow border. Do you know this little abbreviation for with? Doctors use that. I learned it from my sister who's a nurse. W with a line means with. So you can write that instead of writing out the word with if you want to. And that describes the top side of the butterfly. But you know what? I never found anything for the bottom side of the butterfly. So you'll see how I did my paragraph about that. Bright blue spots just inside the border. So remember it said it was purplish black with a bright yellow border. Kind of sounds like a Vikings butterfly, doesn't it? Purplish with bright yellow border. But then just inside the border, there's bright blue spots. Lots of colors, right? The wingspan, so when my little butterfly spreads out his wings, he can be between 2 1/4 and 4 inches. I'm going to show you that on, it's not a ruler, it's a tape measure, but it's like a ruler. So 2 1/4, there's 2, and that's 1/4. So my little butterfly can be that big, totally, when he's all spread out, just that big, or he could be anywhere from that big up to that big. You see how far my fingers are? 4 inches. He can be that big. All right. Those are my notes on description. Now listen to my paragraph. All right. Remembering my notes. This is how I did my paragraph. Mourning cloak butterflies are one of God's colorful creatures. It is purplish black with a bright yellow border. Just inside the border, they have bright blue spots. Their wingspan is 2 1/4 inches to 4 inches with short projections on both wings. And I want to show you how my report looks. So there's my habitat heading and my paragraph. Diet heading and my paragraph. Description and my paragraph, but I ran out of room on that page. Did I turn it over and do it on the back? No, I didn't. I started a new paper. I didn't have very much to write because now my report is done. But I still did it on a second piece of paper, okay? So there's my whole report written. Habitat, diet, description. Today for your assignment, what do you think you're going to do? You're going to write this definition of description, okay? So that it helps to get it in your brain and you remember that this is what you're going to be looking for. How many of you have thought about what insect you want to do? Do any of you have books at home that might help you? All right, well, we want you, like we said, we want you to have 2 sources. Remember down here, 2 sources. But one of them can be the internet site that Mrs. B is going to show you called Pebble Go. One of them can be my cards, if I have your insect in my cards. And if I don't, then you might have a book, or you might find another article online with your parents' help. All right? Okay, have a great day, and tomorrow I'm going to show you a totally done report, because this is the writing part, but maybe, oh yeah, I didn't tell you. We're also going to do, so the title page, paragraphs, those I'm already done with. And then we're also going to have a picture and caption of the habitat. We're going to do a diagram of the body parts of our insect, and we're going to label those parts. And we're also going to make a glossary for our report. So tomorrow I'll show you the whole thing all done. Okay? All right, have a good night. And don't forget to write out the description.